What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel for another one. If you haven't done so already, please make sure you hit the like and the subscribe button and click that notification bell so that way you'll be notified anytime I post another video. Let's get right into it. There's an article from Cointelegraph that mentions something about Vechain. So, we don't really hear too much about Vechain, but let's see what it talks about. Vechain urges to Proof of Authority 2.0 POA 2.0 consensus mechanism. It says the latest consensus mechanism upgrade is expected to improve several aspects of the network security and key operation while making it even more environmental friendly. And see, that's the direction that all crypto should actually be going. Since that Elon Musk tweet, it's the race to it's which crypto can race to be more eco-friendly, and this is exciting for Vechain. You don't really hear too much about Vechain. It's a sleeping giant. One analyst, predicts that Vechain is going to go to $1.24 to $1.50, kind of like what XRP did. I know XRP was like under a tenth of a penny, and then it just skyrocketed because there was some great backdoor news of it being utilized, and it was possible rumors of it being utilized as CBDCs, back then, and they're actually doing framework for CBDCs now. But that's another topic. But here it says here the supply chain tracking network Vechain has just upgraded its consensus mechanism to what is claimed the world's greenest method of verifying blocks on the chain. That's neat. That's different. And I say that only because, Cardano is currently, Cardano's blockchain is actually currently the most eco-friendliest blockchain. It actually takes up less energy to validate the node than Bitcoin or any other crypto currency out there. So now hearing that now the Vechain blockchain is now considered the world's greenest, that's completely bullish because that actually tells us that we're going to a world of being green, and it tells us that crypto is now going to have to change its framework, and the developers are going to have to change their framework to be a more eco-friendly ecosystem for crypto. That's actually pretty neat. That's actually pretty bullish, and I don't know if people are actually getting into Vechain, but it is something that you might want to look out for because it's a sleeping giant. You're able to not stake your, it's not necessarily called staking, but you're still getting Vechain Thor tokens for actually owning Vechain. So it's pretty dope. It says, for those that don't know, Vechain is a supply chain tracking system that launched in 2015, and it combines physical tracking, blockchain record keeping. I can see this actually, if they move over to the NFT market, I can see how this could actually work because, some, if not most NFTs are actually created from a tangible asset turned into a non-tangible asset or non-tangible token. So I can actually see that being used to actually legitimize whether or not a rare limited edition NFT is actually real or not. So that would be great if they do that. They have Vechain has a lot of partnerships. They're doing a lot. I know they had one with Nike a few years ago to actually legitimize and legit check, shoes. But that's actually that's pretty neat. It says the POA proof of stake differ. It says POA and proof of stake differ from proof of work in that they do not require mining to reach network consensus. POA achieves consensus by verifying users' identities, while POS does this staking coins in the network. And POA is what Vechain actually uses. It says the network runs with only 101 nodes. Fewer nodes reduce decentralization, but increase the speed and reliability of the network. This tends to be favored for commercial and industrial applications. Sorry, I can't talk today. By comparison, Bitcoin currently has 13,244 nodes, while Ethereum has 2,701 nodes. Yeah, I get it. People may say that the Vechain token is not decentralized, that it could be centralized, but it's still growing. It's not a security. It is a utility token. It does have liquidity and does have mass adoption. So I believe this is one of the tokens that's going to stay around for a long time. Has it got its big pump yet? No, because Ethereum is still pumping. But I do see this sticking around for a long time. It says an added advantage in POA is less energy and it emits a very low amount of carbon. Vechain suggests that the new upgrade is the world's greatest consensus to drive mass adoption. This is true. I do believe that I do believe that it's going to happen. Vechain is going to get its day. News is starting to come out now. It says here that this is the second is a committee endorsed block producing process, which significantly reduces the probability of network forking. So Vechain cannot fork. That's another thing that's really great about this. So I do see great things ahead for Vechain. I'm glad that the PLA hard fork actually went through. I know that they've been trying to do upgrades for some time, but it says also that the upgrade aims to improve scalability, security, and throughput on the Vechain Thor mainnet. Now, I haven't seen Vechain or heard Vechain, getting a hack or anything like that, but I do believe that this is going to be absolutely insane. It says here there's going to be multiple exchanges that are actually going to be participating in this, is actually going to be supporting it. Binance is going to be supporting it. Crypto.com is going to be supporting it. But I just really wish that Coinbase will finally list Vechain. I'm not saying that they will, but why not? I mean, it's a utility token. You're listing all these other tokens that we don't even know of. You just might as well list it. Go ahead and list it, bro. You might as well. But yeah, I'm excited for Vechain and their blockchain and seeing what they're going to do. This is a utility token, and proof of authority 2.0 consensus mechanism is actually coming. They actually got to that particular slot, block, what you want to call it. But I can't think today. But I'm super excited for that. But in another news, we're going to move on. In another news article, the CEO of Binance talks about how many people have left his exchange due to mandatory KYC. And this was, and granted, this is an exchange that talks about how, that tries to run away from KYC because, they didn't have an office, and then other countries were saying that they're going to ban Binance if they don't go to the mandatory KYC, and he was fighting for no KYC because, crypto is supposed to be, a means for the people to make transactions peer-to-peer without the middleman and without the government actually knowing what's going on. But at the same time, you got these scams, and then you got these pump and dumps that make people lose their money, that, cause them to be depressed, be suicidal. You have all that type stuff going on. And then you have Binance not doing KYC. It could cause an issue. I want to say the issue arose from, there was a recent hack, and I think it was, Polygon was a few months ago, but there was a hack maybe 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, where I think it was during I forgot the name of the actual crypto that actually was hacked. But what happened was the hacker took people's funds, transferred them out, did a shuffle where they actually washed their tokens, which is illegal. But there's places out there that can actually shuffle the coins and then disperse them back to another account. Well, what CZ did was, I guess, all the exchanges correlated with each other, and they still found a way to actually find those coins, and they blacklisted the wallets, right? I get it. We're supposed to be decentralized, but there still has to be some form of centralization between the exchanges to prevent catastrophical issues from happening like that. But, you know, that raised red flags to people. I'm like, hey, I thought we were supposed to be decentralized. Why are you blocking wallets? You know, because at a certain extent, something has to be done. And since regulatory clarity is not here yet, it's coming. They had to do that. But that actually sparked the reason, that actually sparked it for Binance, the exchange, not Binance US, but Binance, the original exchange, to having to start to do mandatory KYC. But here it says here, speaking to Bloomberg, CZ noted that Binance made Know Your Customer process mandatory for global users for every feature when it didn't used to be, and to attract new users because, you know, when new people come in, they want to make sure that their money is going to be safe. And having the KYC and having an exchange actually know who you are, then people feel like that their money will actually be safe in their investments. To a certain extent, that's true. To a certain extent, not, because an exchange can get shut down at any moment, and if your funds are on the exchange, you can lose them. But here it says he revealed that he lost about 3% of users after making KYC mandatory. I mean, 3% depending on well, considering Binance was the largest exchange via volume at the time, that's a lot of people. Excuse me, sorry. That is a lot of people. So, but people are constantly coming and going. You know, they may come back, but because eventually, what are people going to do when all the exchanges go completely full KYC? They can't go to local Bitcoins to do that, because that eventually is going to be shut down. And I think that already is shut down, you know, in most countries. But I digress on that. I do think all exchanges are actually going to be going towards KYC, and soon. Like I'm thinking of putting in framework for everybody to be full compliant in January, or if not the first quarter in 2022. That's my take on it. He made a statement saying that we feel that being compliant will allow more users to use Binance, CZ mentioned, adding that most people do feel more comfortable using a licensed exchange. And I couldn't agree with him more, because that's true. You know, the more compliant an exchange is, the better overall results that customer is going to want to come back. So yeah, and then it goes on by saying that Binance touted its decentralized, no physical headquarters structure for years until CZ announced this July that the crypto exchange is ready to work with local regulators by saying we want to be licensed everywhere. And I say that because everybody was trying to sue Binance, and they kept trying to ban Binance. And, you know, the biggest way to get a company to comply when it comes to exchanges like this is to completely cut off the legs and the feet so they can't go anywhere, so they're stuck. So that's what governments were doing. They were trying to ban Binance in all their countries until they had to give in, and they finally gave in. So yeah, Binance has lost 3%, but I don't think Binance really cares because they're still going to make money from new people that's coming in regardless. So I don't really see that being an issue. I'm glad that's working. It says Binance is worth over 300 billion. I don't think they lost any money. I don't think they care. You know, if new people are leaving, because at the end of the day, they're still a business and they have to make money, right? So yeah, they still have to make money. But moving on to another article that I've been looking forward to talk about. Ripple outlines possible regulatory framework for crypto industry in U.S. Innovation sandboxes applying existing frameworks on crypto and commercial between the public and private sectors were included in Ripple's suggestions. This reaches and screams CBDCs are coming and the SEC lawsuit is about to be over. And I say that because when Ripple gives a suggestion, people listen. they may not seem like that they listen, but they actually listen. I mean, they got offices in DC, they got offices in India, they got offices everywhere. When Ripple talks, people listen. Like, they just actually released a white paper for CBDCs, and the XRP ledger is actually for CBDCs. So this is actually a game changer. This is bullish for This is bullish for XRP. This is bullish for Ripple's case on XRP, on it not being a security. It's just bullish all around. Let's see what the article talks about. It says, Ripple, the company whose executives have often criticized the United States' seeming lack of regulatory clarity, which is true, on the cryptocurrency industry, has outlined its programmatic framework. It says, in a Tuesday post, its website, Ripple, released a version of a regulatory framework amid advancing innovation while protecting investors in the United States. According to the firm, regulators, need to be encouraged to promote innovation sandboxes. So here's the thing: if they promote sandboxes, that gives companies like a footprint, so they can see what they can do, what they shouldn't do, without being stifled and with enforcement by the SEC. Because if there's a sandbox, it gives people a blueprint of what to do and what not to do, but still remain in the lines of what crypto is and be decentralized, versus having all these rules and getting hit on the wrist or getting sued by the SEC. That would be amazing if that would happen. I'm still waiting. We still want to know if the Safe Harbor Act is still going to be passed, because if that still needs to be passed, that allows crypto so many years to be centralized until they're actually decentralized, until they're no longer what they quote unquote call an ICO, which XRP is still not considered, which is not a security, not an ICO. And XRP is still not a security, no matter what anybody says, only simply because Ripple didn't make XRP. XRP was actually given to Ripple Labs by OpenCoin, and actually XRP was actually named OpenCoin before Ripple was actually gifted the token to themselves as a gift. So I don't understand why this is still going on. This needs to be ended completely. Let me see. But it says, Ripple also advocated for the proposed measures as a way to provide regulatory clarity to all in crypto space, instead of being by enforcement, but by a sandbox approach that, tells people what they can and what they can't do. And the safe harbor was actually proposed by SEC Commissioner Hester Pierce, under which never developers would have a grace period to build without being subject to certain federal laws, and would be necessary to be incentivize innovation instead of actually stifling it. So, yeah, this right here, to me, Ripple is pleading, but not necessarily pleading, but they're actually saying, hey, come on, we need this. Like, we need to get the ball rolling and stop kicking the can. It's time to finish it. Like, this case has been going on since, it happened December. It's been going on since maybe almost a year. But it's time. The government the SEC portion of the government has their back against the wall. It's time to let XRP do what XRP does and be a fast, easy settlement transaction, digital utility, cross-border monster beast that it is and that we know as XRP. It's time to let it be XRP. Let XRP do what XRP does. Just let it unleash itself. And I don't want to hear people saying that the SEC didn't cause XRP to go down. You're wrong. SEC actually killed tons of gains that XRP holders have. They made billions in the market cap dropped because of this lawsuit. And it's not because of what Ripple did or didn't do, but it's because what SEC did and failed to do. But yeah, this is a mess. It says here, even though it says developing an effective policy framework for cryptocurrencies will only be possible if there is clear communication and collaboration between private and public actors. This can't work unless the SEC finally understands what XRP is. It can't. This needs to happen. And I can guarantee you that half these people in the SEC have something against crypto. It doesn't make sense to me that you, as the SEC government, is saying we're trying to protect investors, but there's over 65,000+ investors that's actually saying and actually having a lawsuit against the SEC. Make that make sense. I do believe that this is completely bullish for XRP. This is bullish for Ripple's case. Everything that Ripple says is bullish for, Ripple's case. Everything that the SEC does and doesn't do at this moment is bullish for XRP and XRP in Ripple's case, because they can't say anything bad. They can't find anything. They can't. The only thing that you're going to find is that you were wrong. That's what I got to say about that topic. That's all I'm going to say. We're going to go straight to the price, and then we are going to get out of here. Currently, we got a total market cap of 2.6 trillion. We're still going down, but I believe Bitcoin is going to go back up soon. We got Bitcoin at 60,382, Ethereum at 4,215. Binance Coin at $576. Now, I do believe that was the last shakeout, by the way, because Bitcoin dropped. It went from 68,000 to 60,000. Actually went to 58,000, and I believe that was the floor. There was a lot of support. So I do believe that was the last shakeout before we get that boom to 80 to 100K. So I hope you didn't hope you didn't panic sell, because now we're back in the $60,000 range. But I'm not a financial advisor. Please do your own research. We got Solano at $217.94. We got Cardano at $1.86. We got XRP. Look at that. It's at $1.10. It's going up. Something's happening behind closed doors. We got Polkadot at $40.47. We got Dogecoin, the number 10 spot, at 23 cents. We got Shiba Inu coming in at the number 11 spot. We got Avalanche coming in at $99.35. We got Luna at $42.46. We got Litecoin at $232.16. What do you know? We got Wrap Bitcoin. That's been sent on the Ethereum blockchain as WBTC at $60,336.60. Like, who to know? Just use real Bitcoin, man. Because you got the new Taproot upgrade coming in. Like, I don't even know why this was even still here, but I digress. Hey, everybody, that'll do it for me. Make sure to always, make sure my next video that I have should be popping up right now. But that is it for me. Make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, stay focused, stay locked in. Peace.